Welcome to this video on obtaining textures for some of your VMD items, such as sorters or vendors. Keep in mind, when you buy a VMD texture, you do not get a physical item in Second Life. Instead, the VMD servers are updated, giving you authorization to use that texture. The easiest way to make sure that you have all the textures is to join one of the Patreon membership levels, either the $5 or the $10 Patreon level. However, if you'd rather not do that and you just need a few textures every now and then, that's what this video is going to teach you how to do, how to obtain those textures. I'm currently at the VMD store in Second Life. If you don't have the landmark to this store, just click Help on just about any VMD device, such as a sorter, and it will populate local chat with all kinds of information, such as the link to set up a ticket, the link to Discord, as well as the link to teleport to the store. There's a row of member terminals at the VMD store. I'm in front of a couple right here. And when I click on one, I get a nice pop-up menu. I can reset my password. I can update my name. That's if your account name has changed, not your display name. You can fund other. So if you have a UUID of another avatar in Second Life or one of your alts, you can actually fund them to be able to buy textures. But I'm just going to fund me. So I'm going to click this right here. I'm going to click Fund Me. Notice you will then get another pop-up saying pay me, in other words, pay this terminal to fund the following user. And there's your name. Make sure that is your name because that is the person that you're going to fund. Then press Done. So you press Done after you pay the terminal, not before. A lot of people have problems with that. So I'm going to pay the terminal, and let's say I want to fund myself with 100 more lindens. I just click the 100. I get a little confirmation down here in the corner that it's done. And then I can click Done on here, and I've now added 100 lindens to my store credit that I can use to buy textures. I'm going to teleport back to my sim now, and then we'll continue this video on how to buy different textures, or crates as they're sometimes called. Okay, we just left the VMD main store area where we used the member terminal to add some lindens to our account. And so now we've teleported back to my sim, and I've got a couple of items rezzed here. I have a new sorter that's rezzed out here. Put a name on it, demo stuff. It's got some items in it, basically blank crates. What I did, I went to theme and process all, so that puts the VMD logo on all these crates that I don't have access to. We also have a purchase terminal, a texture purchase terminal. This terminal comes with the VMD vendor. It's a free item. It's in your vendor folder, and it's for those people who do not have sorters but are only using the vendors. It allows them to buy textures, and that's what we're going to do first, is to show you how to use this terminal. So now if I go up here to the sorter, I'm going to click the sorter to get the sorter menu. I'm going to go to Theme, and I'm going to click Change. Before you start adding stuff, adding your textures, or crates as they're sometimes called, to your sorter, you want to make sure you have the right theme selected. And so I'm going to select VMD Pick, just like that, and you'll see the theme update. Then I'm going to go back to Theme, and I'm going to select Process. And as you can see, because I own the yeast texture, that's the one we just bought here in the terminal, we now have that texture on that crate. Now my yeast is still in the terminal. There is a return button. Some people say, how do I get it out of there? Well, that return button will deliver the yeast back to you. So sorry about that. I meant to mention that a while ago. Now, what about all of these other empty crates that are up here? Or not empty, but they don't have a theme on them or a picture, texture. Well, most people, when they sign up for VMD, they are given what's called free starter crates. And you get those by going to your sorter menu. You go to Theme, and you have a button called Starters. So I'm going to click that button, and notice here in local chat, it says starter registered successfully in main table, starters registered successfully in VMD theme, can't hardly read. And I've also got starters registered successfully in VMD pick. So now I own all the starter crates. So if I go back to the sorter menu, go to theme and process, it's going to, there's no new, it's going to look for any textures that I now have access to and to see if there's any of those in here. And there was. We've got coffee seed, we've got corn seed, we've got honey jar. So those starter crates, they're free. There's a whole list of them. Get those first before you set out buying a bunch of textures. You might already have the texture that you need. So we've bought a texture through the terminal, had the sorter apply that. We grabbed our starter crates, had the sorter apply those. I still have some blank crates up here. The easiest way to get textures on those crates is to simply click on one. I'm clicking on the actual crate now, not the sorter menu, but the actual blank crate. There's a button that says Get Crate or Get Texture. It's another way to put that. So I do that. It will then tell me in local chat, again, it gives me my store credit, adjusted store credit down to 290, and now I have that texture registered in my name. And a lot of people say, wait a minute, it's not showing up. Well, you click the crate again, do crate theme, and now it shows up just like that. Now you don't have to do both of those clicks for every one. So for example, if I get this crate here, I'm going to do a get crate. I'm going to click over here, do a get crate, going to click over here, do a get crate. So now local chat is telling me that I own all of those crates. So I'll go back to the sorter menu, go to theme, process, and it's going to add those pictures, those textures to those crates. You can see that it's working up here, just like that. So in my inventory, I've got some yeast here. And what I'm going to do is just select a yeast. I'm going to do the control drag right into the terminal and then put my inventory out of the way. Now, when I click on the terminal, I've got some options. You can see list type DFS. That's the L type that's right here. I'm using DFS, but as you can see, this terminal works for many of the other systems, you know, GMS and Shimra and so on and so forth. The process is the same no matter what system that you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it at DFS. It's got a theme selected of VMD pick. That's with this change button that's right here. You can change your theme to any of the available themes. We're using VMD because it works automatically with the sorters and terminal and all the other VMD equipment. So I'm going to leave it on selection number 1 for VMD pick. There is an auto break. If you're using breakout items, such as the years for wine, wine barrel 2021, wine barrel 2022, and on and on and on, and you want your texture to have that year on there, then you would use the breakout option. I usually don't do that. I don't care if all my different years wines are in the same crate, so I'm not really going to mess with that option. So we have our theme set, we have our list type set. I'm going to go ahead and click auto, and what that does, it causes the terminal to read the name of the item that I put in it, which was DFS yeast. And if I click done, you can see the hover text now, it says yeast. So it read that correctly. I even get a message in local chat from the terminal, says you can now click purchase to get to initiate the purchase of the crate. Sorry, I couldn't hardly read there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on the crate, click purchase. I get also a confirmation in local chat. It tells me what my store credit was. It tells me that I have enough store credit. It gives me an adjusted store credit. I had 310. It was 10 lindens to buy the texture, so now I have 300 left. And basically the texture is done. So that's the easy way to be able to get new textures on your sorters. You can use the terminal that comes with your vendors. If you don't have the sorter, if you have the sorter, you can use the sorter. Once you own a VMD texture, then you can use it on any VMD item. You do not get a physical texture delivered to your inventory. When you buy a texture through VMD, it updates the VMD server, saying that you now have access to that texture. You're allowed to use it, and you can use it on your vendors. You can use it on as many sorters as you have resed out. It is yours to use. Okay, that concludes this video on buying textures. Thank you for watching, and thank you for using VMD products.